David Cawley of Sligo Rovers. So you've had a lot of change this year at the club, and first off, I wanted to ask you, just in terms of the Liam Buckley years, like how do you reflect on that?
I think they were important. I think Liam's experience really helped the club because it settled the club. We were a few years before that we were down around the bottom. Looking over our shoulder. Liam came in, he steadied the ship, gradually brought in a couple of better players, made the squad a little bit bigger as the years went on, and then eventually we got into Europe for the first time in, I think it was 6 maybe 7 seasons, which is important again, obviously financially. And the year after that, then Liam's last year, we finished third, which was the highest in the club for many years before that. I don't know, 7 maybe. And again, it allowed him to extend the squad, better players again, etc. And look, it was unfortunate then this year we lost him. There was big changes. A lot of us were so used to Liam's style and that, and obviously John took over, but we'd have known John. John was Liam's assistant all them years. I know John, I've played with him for plenty of years. But yeah, there was big changes and lads had to adapt to John's way, and we'd setbacks, which you do every year. Look, we had highs in Europe and a few more setbacks in the league where we were trying to crack that European spot again. And look, there's 6 games left, 5-6 games left. We're not completely out of it. It is a stretch, but you never know if there's twists and turns. We just want to make sure we're there if there is one.
How does John Russell, the manager, compare to John Russell, the assistant?
To be fair, even like John always had that head on his shoulders. Even when I played with him, he still had that kind of, he still had that coaching head on him. So, I was very, very young at the time, and we struck up a midfield partnership. So he always kind of had a head on his shoulders. It wasn't no big surprise to me, as he jumped in as the assistant, and when he made that next step up as the manager. So, it was no big surprise to me. But like I said, he had that head on his shoulders for many years.
Yeah, and the upheaval was also off the pitch or on the pitch in terms of young talents, and especially local Sligo talent as well. Johnny Kenny going to Scotland, John Mann as well. Like, how did you deal with that?
Again, there were big losses. We had to try and replace them. That was Liam. Liam was good like that. In fairness, he could spot a player. We brought in a few lads, a few attackers, but to be fair, every League of Ireland season's kind of like that. You lose players. Just thankfully this time around, the so-called bigger clubs come and bought the lads, and it gives them a chance to progress their career at a higher level in the UK. And obviously at the time we wished them well, and we still do. We're still all keeping an eye out for them. We obviously lost Ed along the way as well, just after one of the European rounds. Again, another kid I played with, seen him grow up through the youth system and turn into the keeper he is today. And again, another club come and bought him, and we weren't going to hold him back or anything like that. We had to wish him well and replace him again. And we had Luke McNicholas there on loan, ready to come back and fill Ed's shoes. So look, these things, they happen every year, like I say, and thankfully it's the manager's job and not mine to replace these lads.
And you mentioned Europe, and there were some great ones. Motherwell, I think, is the one that jumps out. You've had the experience of league titles and FAI Cups up at Sligo in your long association there, but where would you rank the 2 games against Motherwell?
I think, and I said it at the time as well, I think it has to be right up there winning the league. When I say win the league, I mean the night we won the league, it was the same kind of atmosphere and buzz of the second leg of Motherwell at home. The packed out crowds, the atmosphere was unbelievable from start to finish, and everything just went our way. And lads dug deep at times. We got the goals. Obviously, the free kick was unbelievable. It helped settle us in the second leg. And I just think the lads are out and out brilliant. So I think that's right up there. I kind of put them anywhere, one higher than the other. But obviously, look, at the end of the day, we got our hands on a trophy when we won the league. So maybe it's just below there.
And Aiden Keen has been key, like in the league, but also in those European games. Just how much of a breath of fresh air has he been around the place?
Oh, he's brilliant. He's a great trainer. He's a good lad. His attitude is bang on. He can score goals from inside the box, outside the box, left foot, right foot. and he's a team player. More importantly, you know, sometimes these lads get the headlines, but this lad, you know, if it's not going for him on the night, he'll dig deep for his teammates, like, which is what I love about him. And thankfully we haven't tied down for a longer contract.
And as a Ballinama, now this is a final question, but have you been keeping an eye on what's happening with Mayo GA in terms of the change, Kevin McStay, or do you kind of keep away from that kind of stuff?
No, I've just seen the headlines and who's come in and who's gone. Not too serious. But look, yeah, I'm still another Ballinama man, waiting and hoping for the cup final win.
Mayo for Sam 2023.
Always.